Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to another airsoft video. We are back at the factory playing a capture the flag game, but today was not one of my best days. Sometimes, you just have a pretty bad day, even at playing airsoft. And today was one of those days. And here is exactly why. Enjoy the video. Because I wasn't able to hit the enemy, I decided to reposition myself into a better firing position. After a little while, I decided to move back to my original spot in the first window. And here I spot an enemy player. Now, for some reason I kept hitting branches or missing the enemy, and he kinda gets away, which was not ideal.
Itt van.
After a while, I decide to go outside to try and take down some enemies from a different angle, and maybe try to take someone down from the service. After getting into my spot, I keep hearing shots coming towards me, and I try to find the enemy player, well, the enemy sniper that was actually trying to take me out. But unfortunately, I can't find him, and I don't feel safe in this position. So it was time for me to turn back and retreat. Here I don't actually hit the player, but since I took him by surprise and he's a fair player, he calls his hit and goes back to respawn.
Da. Vezi că o să vină oameni pe aici. Da.
Now, because of the cold weather, my Hi-Capa bucking was acting up, and I kept having either too much hop or too little hop after adjustment. So I wasn't having the best sniping time possible.
Că siete vi sotto.
After respawning from a friendly fire, I decided to go into the tunnel system to try to take the enemy by surprise. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't work out for me, since I had to stand in a weird position where I had to support my weight with one of my hands, hold the sniper with the other hand, and I had a big hole between my feet, so I couldn't stand very well. After respawning, I come out all the way out on the outside on this huge open field, maybe try to snap some enemies down.
Oh. Mort.
Of course, I get taken by surprise, but not without taking an enemy player with me.
La piatta am încercat, dar deja mă trăgeam, știi?
After respawning, I come inside the main hallway and I advance all the way towards the entrance of the enemy base. Now the goal here was to try and keep the enemies from coming in, but after seeing a couple of my teammates running up, I decided to follow them and try to go in from a different direction, thinking it was safe. After respawning, I come back into the main hallway, but I see enemy forces advancing towards our base on the outside. So I decide to confront them, being the only player around this region. My Marui succumbs to the cold weather and it's time to switch to the MK.
Mort.
After a little while, we successfully cleared out the region all the way towards the sands. And now we were stuck there, trying to overlook towards the service area, where there were two snipers defending it. So it was my turn to try and take them out.
Ricochet.
The weather was warming up and so was my Hi-Capa bucking, which meant I had to readjust, because my babies were flying sky high.
Hit! Bravo!
After respawning, I decide to go back towards the same route to try and help the teammates. Of course, it doesn't take long for the enemy sniper to spot me and take me down. After respawn, our base was under attack by the enemy forces, so I had to stick around to try and defend the flag.
Hit!
The sights are changed and the game continues.
Nu vine acum, dar trebuie să ținem.
I'm gonna try and do the same thing the enemy players did to me last round and try to hold this position as much as I can and not let them come out through that doorway.
De unde? În fund?
My only teammate that was here defending with me got taken down, and I move on to investigate to who and from where took him down. The most probable answer is that it was an enemy sniper. Now, I'm going to try to defend this area from assault teams as well as from an enemy sniper providing cover fire, which is a pretty difficult task considering that I am alone. I look out carefully and slowly to reveal as less of myself as possible to the enemy sniper. I'm not sure exactly where he is, but he's most probably in one of the windows.
Hit!
But of course, I get surprised by an enemy assault team and immediately got taken out. After I respawned, I decided to go through a different path and tried to flank the enemies that have gone into the service area where I died the last time. Surprise, surprise, I get taken out again. After respawning, I go into the main hallway and get pretty much halfway through it, until I spot enemy players.
Tudo.
There's an enemy player running with our flag. I successfully take him down and try to hold this position for as long as I can until some friendly players come along and try to take our flag back.
Ai grijă că este la peretele cu semnele exclamării.
Unfortunately, the enemy takes down the only friendly player that was around to help me out with that flag. Since I know I'm in a tight spot, I'm going to try to move back as much as I can, try to retreat, but of course this doesn't always work out, and it doesn't. So it's time to go to the respawn. After respawning, we were pushed all the way back to our base, and it was a tough spot. It was hard for us to move out. And because of the cold, my gold match was acting up, not always shooting as it should, giving light strikes or just not moving the slide back enough, and getting stuck, causing me enough issues with this game. Right here, I'm a bit confused and I'm not sure exactly what is going on. The enemy players were in our base and nobody was in our base, and they're just walking out, and I don't know what's going on. Like, the game is over or it's still going. I holster my gun and I want to go back and pick up my sniper.
Ce se întâmplă?
Of course, I get shot in the back by an enemy sniper. Right after I come back into the game, I decide to go through a different route so I could try and take out the enemy sniper from a different angle. Of course, I immediately run into trouble because I have to pass in front of this doorway which leads into the main hallway, which is already controlled by the enemy players. Of course, it was hard for me to know exactly where they are without peeking or looking at them on the inside. And since the friendly player already passed through, I thought it shouldn't be too hard. Of course, I immediately find it very hard and get taken out instantly. Well, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you liked it. Well, I know I didn't like playing that game because, you know, airsoft is not always about the win. It's not always about the kills. Sometimes you just have a bad day. You can go out and try to play, and you can't, because whatever you do, whatever you try, wherever you go, there's someone there to take you down. Of course, it doesn't matter. You have to try and have as much fun as you can. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. See you on the next video, guys, or see you out on the field. Have a good one.